Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Matthew and this is Watty's channel, and today we are going to be taking another look at the comparable LJN figures. But I only have 3 figures today, so before we get into the set of figures, I do want to give an update regarding the My Favorite LJN tournament. Now guys, I know it's become very redundant. I've been talking about it frequently over the last several weeks. I really wasn't planning on doing this competition again. Probably not ever. And if I did, I always thought it would be years down the road. But there were a lot of things that I didn't like about the competition the first time I did it. And, they include things like, it was the very first time I ever made YouTube videos. So I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm more comfortable now than I was then, but I kind of feel like I do have a better idea of how I want to relay the information and, present the videos. So I mean, that's definitely going to help. The lighting, of course, we didn't have recessed lighting down here at the time. So even though it was, pretty light for me while making the video, when rewatching the videos, I could see how dark the screen was. So I'm pretty sure, that made it difficult for a lot of viewers to really get into it. And then later on, when I navigated upstairs, the background wasn't the perfect. So this right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. These are the type of, backgrounds I enjoy. Kind of getting collections, in the background. That way we're talking about something like, I don't know, I got the LJN figures over here, so I'm thinking that's probably going to be my primary background when I do the video. I said if there's anyone out there who was interested in seeing a competition, I would definitely consider redoing it. And I actually received a few people who actually showed some support in requesting of a new competition. And to be honest, I honestly think that if even a single person, requested it, I think I was going to go back and redo it. I don't think there was anything wrong necessarily with the first time I did the videos, but this time I think I have a lot more input. So, first time around, I only wanted to talk about the figures. The goal was not to give backstories or history of the wrestlers or anything like that. So I think this time around I will go a little bit more in depth with my description. It's not simply going to be, fighting poses and colors and things like that. Things that I like to harp on. So, I mentioned I had about 130 plus figures the first time. I'm probably going to have north of 200 the next time I make these. So I'm not going to do them back to back. So you're not going to see episode, 100 through episode 130, being all LJN tournament. I'm probably going to make little videos in between. So that's kind of going to mess it up a little bit. I like to keep those things back to back, but I still want to get other videos made and other things for people to really appreciate. The only other thing I wanted to consider, and maybe you guys have some input as well. So when I initially created the channel is because I watched a couple competitions and they look just so much fun, and I'm like, you know what, I've got the full set. Why don't I dive into it and see what my favorite would be? I could have done it for myself, but I mean, what would that really prove? It gives the fans the opportunity to kind of look at the characters that they may not have and get some more appreciation for it as well. So I like to be unique, try and create my own type of videos. And when I created the competition, I included both resin and rubber figures. So we weren't just doing a competition with the originals, and that obviously made the videos go longer, which I'm sure anyone who's a fan like me, loves to sit back and watch these. I know I watched my videos repetitiously. I got a kick out of them, but looking at past videos compared to current videos, obviously I kind of like the content a whole lot better this time around. So that is going to be the goal. I am probably planning on that maybe within the next week or so. I'm probably going to be posting a video or two here or there. So we'll see how that works out. I'll probably do a couple videos, maybe 3. At least knock out a first round maybe. And if it's something that's very successful and I see that people really appreciate it, yeah, absolutely, I'll keep going. But the first time around, I had to kind of go back and rewatch my own videos to get to 100 views. Some of those videos had like 15 views after like 4 months, 5 months, so obviously they weren't very popular. but it was also the very first videos I made. And I kind of messed it up by doing that tournament the first time around. I should have gotten like 50 videos in, 75 videos in before I did it anyway. So this will basically give me a chance to rehash the videos and do it the right way. I'm trying to think what else talk about that competition wise. Oh, so kind of looking at the figures, you guys know Series 1 is probably my favorite set of figures. So when I did the tournament, I kind of switched them up a little bit. So generally I was going off of the way the figures sit on my shelf. That's the way that they were doing battle. But in the first round, with the first series, I kind of put like, I don't know, Hillbilly Jim against Andre the Giant, let's say, or Hulk Hogan against Iron Sheik, Big John Studd against Roddy Piper, something like that. I forgot what the matchups were, but essentially I was putting the figures that I knew had a legitimate chance of winning forward to the next round because I put them against basically what I consider inferior figures. This time around, I don't think I'm going to do that. Because I've already selected my winner previously, I know how it's going to play out. So I am going to basically keep it in line of where they sit on the shelf. But, I got figures here, for example. And I got figures on the other side of the room, too. So it's going to be kind of a mismatch. When I grab figures like Hulk Hogan or Macho Man, I'm basically going to have to pull from different areas. Because I try to keep some of the figures with the customizers or the people that I bought them from together. So, the first time around, I put original and had all the customs right side by side. And I basically changed that layout months ago. So, it's going to be a little bit more strenuous trying to get the figures to be lined up the right way. But it will get done nonetheless. So we're already 7 minutes in, which is good because I only pulled one wrestler today. So I have 2 customs to go along with the original. So with this update, and then it should knock out another 6 or 7 minutes for the figures. So this will be a good time frame. So the one that we're going to be talking about from Series 3, I want to say. Maybe it was Series... No, it had to be Series 3. So, Series 3, 1987, is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Kind of an odd pairing. I seen him in a matchup with Hulk Hogan. And, Hulk Hogan as the champion going against who was it? It was a Macho Man and... who were they wrestling? I can't remember. Oh, Honky Tonk Man. Like I said, it was very weird. I mean, to see Hulk Hogan tag with anybody is odd. To me, I think that if you're the caliber of a Hulk Hogan, there's a certain characters that can really match up with him. With the Macho Man, with the Mega Powers, perfect complement. The Ultimate Warrior would be a perfect complement to Hulk Hogan. But to see to see the Dragon as his partner, it was very odd pairing. So Ricky Steamboat and maybe Jimmy Snuka, I mean, to me, those are like a couple guys I think could really mesh well together. Similar body types and, fighting schemes and whatnot. But so the Dragon individually, it's not a terrible figure, but there are just so many people that are so in love with this, and I don't see it. To me, he almost cracked my top 10 list of the worst LJN figures of all time. I think I had him, if I were to go back, I'd probably have him like number 11, number 12, something like that. The fighting pose-wise, absolutely horrible. And with this open claw thing he does, I mean, I don't understand that. I haven't really watched a lot of Ricky Steamboat wrestling in the past. I know I've seen him as a kid, I just don't remember him. So a lot of the old WrestleMania tapes and Royal Rumble, what have you, going back on YouTube, watching some stuff here and there. I've been able to catch a few matches, but nothing that really gives me like a real, point of view as to why they give him this. And let me grab a figure here. And so if I'm a kid and if I'm wrestling with a figure, basically grab this right here. Kind of like slamming his face into the mat. That to me is like a finishing move. I mean, it's lame, but I mean, I've seen worse finishing moves, and I just don't get it. It's You know, aesthetically, it's fine. It's a decent, decent looking figure overall, display wise. But fighting pose, one of the worst designs of the entire line. Now, they did come up with a couple different ones. I don't remember who made this one. I bought this from a seller, I don't know, back in, let's say, November or something. But there's quite a few things about this figure that I really enjoy. Now, I don't know how they repainted his body, because as you can see from the original, there is obviously a color scheme difference. Maybe that is more reminiscent of the actual person's colors. But let me see if they have it on here. No, they don't. They chopped this off. Okay, so they did add a little headband, which is beautiful. And the red pants. If you actually look at the back of an LJN card, one of these card backings right behind me over my shoulder, you actually see him in red pants. And when they came out with the actual figure, they made him in black. So this obviously is not a 100% replica to the card backing, but either way, it is an absolutely gorgeous piece. Definitely one of the best pieces I have for as far as customizers go. Beautiful red pants. You got this beautiful dragon decal. Try to get a good. Sorry, I gotta move around a little bit, make sure that the shadow ain't blocking it. Beautiful dragon decal. Oh, where is that? And I like how they put the dragon on his boots on the bottom as well. These are green boots. It looks like they're coming out black on screen. So, absolutely beautiful figure. And this one, I had a tough choice during the competition. I don't want to go give spoilers because I plan on redoing those videos. But I got this one from Wrestling Writer. And two absolutely phenomenal figures. And it was really difficult to choose one for the other. We know that the custom will technically beat the original on this one. So there are a few key points I really love about this figure. Championship belt obviously meshes beautifully with the overall color scheme of the figure. And, belts are removable. You could always throw it on someone else. Not a big deal there. But the actual belt strap to the pants, as well as the length of the actual headband, you see some improvements or modifications here and there, and this was just an absolutely gorgeous, fantastic piece. And you guys could see why I purchased so many items from Eric Boyer, Wrestling Writer on eBay. I always said he had the best eye in the business for these figures, and a good chunk of these figures actually came from his personal collection. And, there's some that he did himself, some that, he just acquired over time, and just an amazing skill. Actually, he's one of two of my all-time favorite customizers. And, Robert Jackson obviously being right up there at my top of my list. Talk about his videos often enough. Yeah, so two of my favorites. And when you're doing a competition, talking about my favorite, this, that, the other, when you have something that this incredible, it's really hard to choose. And I'm not going to give any spoilers right here because, again, these will be part of the LJN tournament, of course. So when I do that tournament, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with the same way I did it the first time around. I'm going to have all the figures, original, squaring off against the custom, whether it's one custom or 50 customs in that particular round, and whoever wins that is going to move on to the next round. And I'm not going to change the layout of the shelves, meaning I'm not going to automatically push guys like Hulk Hogan and Big John Studd and Andre the Giant forward by squaring them off against figures that I know not going to win, because again, this is I already picked my figures, so I'm going to keep them in order as how they sit on the shelves. And once we get, right now we're going to have all the originals on one side, and then majority of the customs are on the second side of the media shelf. So I'm still going to have to pull quite a few figures, just kind of looking over right now. Obviously I am going to have to pull quite a few figures off in order to do battle. this figure sits with the Wrestling Rider figures, so obviously I'm going to have to pull them off and keep that mixed match. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. You know what? I wasn't planning on doing it today, but I think I am. Since I'm down here and I already have everything set up, I might as well at least knock out a video or two. And I'm trying to think if I want to include my Hasbro Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, it's not LJN, but it is kind of like a LJN specialty type figure. So, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't do it the first time around. I thought I would, but no, I'm not. So, that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna make a video or two tonight, and that way I'll have this video and I'll have those two videos sitting in the queue, ready to go when the time comes. So as of, let's see what we're looking at. Today is Sunday, September 18th. And let's see, I just posted a video yesterday, Saturday. So this video will probably be posted on Tuesday, the 20th. And the following video 4 days after that, or 3 days after that, and then 3 days. So if I do the competition, just per usual, every 3 days I'll post a new video. Alright, so very easy, simple video for figures. I know it's not as in-depth as you guys are accustomed to with other figures. I just don't have a lot to say about Ricky Steamboat. Not exactly a highlight character for me, and the figure is, so-and-so. So, it just gets people the opportunity just to see some different designs. That's pretty much all it boils down to. So, once again, I will start work on the competition right now, knock out a couple videos, and if it goes well, hopefully it goes well, we will push forward, and who knows, maybe I'll stop doing other videos and just focus on that. That way they're all going back to back. I know that was very frustrating for me, kind of watching other folks do their competitions, because they may post one video a week or once every 5 days, or then take like 2 weeks off before posting another one. So that's why when I first started this channel and I did the tournament, I wanted it to go back to back like that, because I didn't want people waiting. What messed me up is I was making all these videos, but I wasn't posting any of them yet. So when I finally did start posting, I had like 7 videos posted at one time, one day. So, and I came back, posted like another 7, 8, 9 videos the next day. So I think that's one of the reasons why I really didn't give people the opportunity to find those videos and get the opportunity to watch them. Another thing that I'm going to be able to rectify this time around. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you shortly. Goodbye for now. Oh, they're blocking me. Where's my stop? There it is. Sorry, guys. I tried to say goodbye, but I got apps blocking my pause button. Alright, it's gone. Now it's goodbye.